I stayed up way too late last night watching Sweet Tooth Season 2, so hopefully you'll be able to forgive me for wearing more casual attire today, because first off, it's Sunday, and second off, I'm very tired. Tally ho, my name is ItsOcean, and welcome to Recommendoceans, which is basically a rebranding for the series I used to make known as Month in Entertainment, but the title didn't really make sense. Just want to quickly say, there will be no spoilers in this video, but I want to get straight into this, okay? Sweet Tooth is goddamn amazing. This is one of the best TV shows that I've recently seen on Netflix. Sweet Tooth is the story of Gus. Gus is this little boy
in this apocalyptic world.
What is happening here is that a giant virus has just wiped out a huge percentage of the human population. There's only a small percentage of people left on this planet. But oddly enough, soon after this virus started to spread like wildfire, killing everything in sight, something happened to the children. Any new children born looked like this. These children are kind of like a human-animal hybrid, and our lead character over here, Gus, is one of them. Gus's father, or his Pubba, smuggles Gus out of the city that they are living in order to get him into the countryside where they can just relax and have some lovely peace and quiet. I miss KFC. Gus finds himself being separated from his father. He doesn't know where he is, he's on his own. Until he meets
Big Man.
So Big Man is that typical character who wants nothing to do with kids, doesn't want anything to do with Gus, but Gus will not leave him alone.
Hark to the tale of
Big Man.
and the boy he loved so dear.
But regardless of how these two may feel about each other, they have no choice but to stick together, and thus find themselves setting out on a journey in order to try and get Gus to this big magical place where hybrids can live in peace. Now, there are a lot of other characters in this TV show as well, such as Becky,
I'm so Becky from the block,
who is super cool in this show, by the way. She has this gang of teenagers known as the Animal Army, and this group fights for the rights and the lives of the hybrids. The humans are terrified of these hybrids because they believe that the hybrids are the reason why the virus started in the first place. So these creatures are like monsters to these people, and thus we bring forth our villain. This absolutely wild ass looking motherfucker is Abbott. And this mean old piece of fucking shit is the villain of the piece. He is the one that you will hate throughout this show because he is a fucking asshole. And he leads a group called The Last Men. So there is some apocalyptic politicking in there. Try saying that 10 times when you're drunk. Not gonna lie, took me multiple takes to get that right. But we also get to see a medical side, because we also have Dr. Singh over here and his wife Rani, who is sick with the virus and they've been keeping it a secret. And this is one of the things that is incredibly bizarre about this show. The tone. Because you can have these moments with Gus where he's out playing in a field frolicking about and it's like, oh, that's really adorable. But then Abbott steps in and you're like, oh, this son of a bitch, oh, this is horrible, oh, stay away from our characters, Abbott, you son of a bitch. But then you've got Dr. Singh and Rani over here who are trying to keep it a secret that Rani is sick with the virus and is slowly dying in a neighborhood full of people that are very terrified of this virus and will stop at nothing to eradicate it, and I mean nothing. So things can get really intense all of a sudden. It's like, whoa, okay. And then 2 minutes later, we're back to Gus frolicking in a field with Big Man, who just really wants to get rid of Gus. But I kind of love that about this show. It's just an emotional roller coaster. But with this show being set in an apocalypse, there's a lot of personal drama going on here. You've got Gus, who discovers a lot of revelations about himself, about the world that he lives in. After all, he's only a child, and he is now thrust into this apocalyptic world where sometimes people are not always going to be kind. You've got Becky over here, who is trying her best to lead the Animal Army, but there's a lot of stress that comes with that, while at the same time she's trying to look for her long-lost sister. And then of course, as I mentioned, you've got Dr. Singh and Rani, who are trying their damnedest to hide this secret. And because of this secret, Dr. Singh is very interested in trying to find some sort of cure to help his wife, to save her from this sickness that has killed so many other people before. What lengths will all these characters go to protect the things that they care about? But then at the same time, there are the two biggest questions of this show. What caused this virus? And what caused the hybrids to be born? What caused them to be like this? As I mentioned at the start of this video, I stayed up last night until 6 AM in the morning watching this show because I needed to binge. I needed to see what was going to happen next. I needed to see more. I couldn't stop watching this show and I absolutely loved it. It was one of my favourite things that I watched when the first season came out, and I love it even more now after the second season. Even with all this apocalyptic stuff going on, with all these bad things happening and the heartache that can happen with some of these characters, this show still gives you a lot to love, and I love these characters with my whole ass heart. So do I recommend watching Sweet Tooth seasons 1 and 2? Yes. Yes, I absolutely freaking do. Please go and watch this. But anyways, that is Sweet Tooth. You can go and check that out on Netflix. Please go and give it a watch. It is absolutely fantastic. But if you have seen Sweet Tooth, what did you think of it? Let me know in the comment section down below. Now, once again, as I mentioned, my monthly entertainment is getting rebranded as Recommendoceans. The reason why it's called that is because my name's Ocean, and I'm giving you recommendations. It's my series where I talk about the things that I enjoyed in regards to movies, TV shows, or video games. But calling it my monthly entertainment didn't really make sense anymore, considering I don't do the episodes every month anymore, so I figured it's about time we made a bit of a change in terms of the name, because it just didn't make sense anymore. That's all from me for now. You've heard of Elf on a Shelf, now get ready for Gus on a Bus.